You talked about the referendum as the Brexit moment, because a recent interview I did with SBS on mis and disinformation, I said exactly that Australia was unprepared at the time of the referendum for this wave of, I would actually say, starting out as in disinformation from sometimes from the No campaign, but a lot of it was also from other interested lobby groups, which people are probably aware of by this stage,
Mm.
and then spread as misinformation. But I think we were unprepared for that. There were some videos going around from the AEC and SBS and other places about how to spot it, but it was a bit too late. I remember I live in a Labour seat, and I remember getting a little postcard from our local MP maybe a week before the referendum saying, "Oh, this is how to spot the misinformation about the referendum campaign." And I was thinking to myself, because I was involved in a lot of canvassing on this issue in these electorates, that this is a bit late. This is a bit too late, because sometimes, what might be thought of as falsehood sticks a bit better than truth. And that emotionality is really important to remember when you're trying to pre-bunk or debunk or think about algorithms, because there is a certain level of emotional truth in mis or disinformation. So people, at that stage, the cost of living crisis was starting to be felt in these seats. And when you had mis and disinformation suggesting that people's land or houses were going to be taken away because there's going to be a treaty, of course, it has resonance with the Mabo conversations as well. But that's another problem, that people weren't aware of that history. But even just in the present moment, those fears that there was emotional truth, and that fear that the No campaign and other campaigners were able to bring out in
Mm.
people, and I think, and in multicultural Australians, probably even more so, because they had, they had in some ways had more at stake, where they didn't have, in most cases, generational wealth. They had just bought new houses. So I think, and probably didn't understand Indigenous history or what the referendum meant completely. So I think the No campaign was able to kind of really capture that emotion, even though everything around it, what they were saying was technically false.
Mm.
But that's what resonated.